Alright, I wanted to make a HVAC tools video about what tools are essential in hanging duct, and what tools are essential for running copper line sets, and a small little part about HVAC service, which I'm not really much experienced. I don't really have much experience in, but I'll tell you a little about it for those that don't know. But anyways, alright, first, this is a Scribe. Oh, it's actually a lot of tools. It's a 5-in-1 tool. It's made by Clink. It's it can be a Scribe. You can if you want to make like a circle or something, you hold it on this end. You can actually screw a screw in that middle hole, and then it's got measurements on it. You put your pencil or whatever, and it would make a perfect circle if you took it all the way around like that. But I don't know, I'll get into that on other videos. I'm trying to go kind of fast because I don't want the video to be too long. It's already a minute. But this is duct pullers. They'll go in the middle of a joint, around the flange, and to turn them like that, and it'll bring the duct together for you. It's pretty handy. I'll also go into that. I'll go into all these tools in more detail in another video, actually using them. But these are tongs that use them to hold your duct, and if you're trying to make a flange of certain measurement, they got little measurements on it, just up to 1 inch. These are made by Whisk, but I actually like Malco better. Clink has some good ones too, but these are Crimpers. These are made by Whisk too. Whisk is a Home Depot brand. I'm not dissing Home Depot. I could shop all day there and spend a lot of money, but the Whisk tools is what I got a problem with. Whisk, but I got these when I first started, and they work. I actually I cut them right here. See how this side's cut, and then this side is bent where they actually crimp farther down, which because they do kind of suck. And after I did that, they worked a lot better. This is a Panduit gun, and you'll put a Panduit strap through there. It's basically like a really big zip tie, and it just tightens around flex or whatever. And like I said, I'll get into all that later. This is a Duct Knife. Mine's really worn. I'm gonna get me a new one here pretty soon. I just broke mine a couple days ago, and I ain't really had to use it. I was actually messing around. It's my fault, but it's a good knife because it's double-sided. One side's serrated, one side's flat. So cuts duct, it cuts flex, real well, and it comes in handy in a lot of other situations or whatever. This is called a duct slicer. It's made by Clink, and this knife's made by Clink too. They make real good HVAC tools. But put it like that, and hammer it down, and it basically just cuts in the metal. You can cut all the way down if you want it. And then you got your one of your main tools. I use my reds more because I'm right-handed, and these are right-handed. These are Bulldog Snips, and they cut straight. And they actually have snips like these that cut straight, but I just use my Bulldogs because they cut metal, a lot thicker metal, a lot stronger, because I don't know, that they just made to cut metal stronger. But and these cut right. They're left-handed, but they cut right. The way they point is the way they cut, and those are your main essential tools that I use a lot. But these are all HVAC tools, like duct tools, and for duct. And your hammer, I use my hammer every day, but I put it in this pile of tools that you would see in a lot of other trades, even the snips you see in other trades. But I don't know, to me they're more HVAC. I don't know, it's just my opinion, but I know framers use them a lot, but they don't use Midwest. That's another thing. These are Midwest brand, not Whisk. Midwest, I get them at Sears. They're a lot better, 10 times better than Whisk. I just don't like Whisk. But yeah, these tools are, everybody knows these tools. You got your level, hammer, tape, and your drill, and your vice grips. But the vice grips come in handy if you're hanging your strap that holds the duct up. well, not this duct, but round duct. And like I said, I'll get into everything else later. This, is good for making your duct level. You gotta have a tape measure, measure everything out, drill, screws in. These tools are, these are for soldering, welding copper together, copper line sets. You got your copper, well, they're tubing cutters, that's what they are. And these are real small ones. They have bigger ones, all different sizes. These only cut up to 1 inch and 3/8 or something, 1 inch and 1/8. And you got your sparker for your acetylene tank or oxygen acetylene, whatever you're using, and your mirror, inspection mirror, so you can see up under, places you can't really see when you're welding or whatever. And I'll show you the there's this oxygen, there's a acetylene tank, and that's welding. And you got your torch. There's the regulator that regulates the flow of gas, your tube, and then your actual head, where it's also got another little mini regulator, and your tip. Your tip's detachable, comes off and everything. Alright, move on to the next part. I don't do service really at all, hardly. I've kind of been learning a little bit about it, not much. Now, this is a Fluke 116 multimeter, and Fluke, I gotta say, in my opinion, is the best brand you can get. Besides a laboratory multimeter, this is going to be your best bet because it's handheld. It's the best handheld multimeter. To me, in my opinion, field pieces are, I guess you can make it with them. And here's a little crappy one. Well, I mean, it's actually not really that crappy. It's got a lot more stuff than some of the crappy ones I've seen, but it's just a cheaper one. I ain't actually used it yet. They're both given to me by, I guess, my family now, and I really appreciate the people that gave me them. But that's it. It's the HVAC tools. Sorry the video is so long.